live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. Still, I know I've been out of the loop for about 5-6 days, but as y'all can see, I'm in a new location. The walls are bare because, of course, we've just arrived a couple days ago, and I'm trying to get my bearings, not just video-wise, but period. You know, I'm told, what is it? Deaths, divorces, and moving are 3 of the most stressful processes that you can ever go through in your life. One of them you can't avoid. So that is what it is. Anywho, I'm going to be talking at y'all about some interesting stuff about race. But before we get off into that, I need y'all to do what y'all always do for me. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page so that when new material comes out, you get first crack at it. If you're digging, what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to this page right here. Oh, I want to say, man, y'all been sharing and subscribing like crazy, and I appreciate it. All of y'all out there that's rocking with me, man, I call y'all out by name here. When I figure out how many y'all is, I got to go back through and I'll holler out, a couple of y'all, because I ain't got no problem supporting the people that support me. My t-shirt says Chaka when the walls fell. To all my Star Trek The Next Generation heads, y'all know what's up with that. But anyway, that is not what I wanted to discuss today. My man, John Leguizamo, had issue with the recent announcement of James Franco playing Fidel Castro. Huh. Okay. I believe John Leguizamo presents a valid argument there. I grew up in that same era that John Leguizamo grew up in, seeing those white men put on those long black wigs and tie those bands around their heads and try to pretend like they were Indians. I remember seeing Burt Lancaster do that. I remember seeing Richard Harris do that. I remember seeing a lot of different actors attempt to play a role that was not their nationality. Now, my counterpoint to that is they're actors, right? And actors, as I've always said, their main job is to pretend to be something or someone that they're not. If a Caucasian actor is convincing as a Latino character, some people would say that's just good acting. Other people would say that is cultural appropriation. Let me throw the twist in here. Looky here, Fidel Castro's daughter defends casting James Franco in biopic. The project is almost entirely Latino. Fidel Castro's daughter, Elena Fernandez, supports James Franco's casting as her father in the upcoming independent film, Elena of Cuba. The anti-communist activist said the project is almost entirely Latino, both in front and behind the camera. After Emmy winner John Leguizamo and other Latinx actors criticized Franco's casting, calling the inclusion appropriation amidst Latinx communities' continued exclusion from Hollywood. James Franco has an obvious physical resemblance with Fidel Castro, besides his skills and charisma, Fernandez told Deadline. I find the selection of the cast amazing. The film, based on the true life story of Fernandez and her exile from Cuba as a staunch critic of the government and her father's rule, will also star Ana Villafañe as Fernandez and Mia Maestro, that's a cool name, as her mother, Natalia Revoluta, a socialite who had an impassioned affair with Castro. Look at James Franco there. He does kind of resemble Castro, sort of. Elena of Cuba will be directed by Miguel Bardem with a script from award-winning playwrights Jose Rivera and Nilo Cruz. The filmmakers worked a lot, and I can't be more grateful to them for their overall inclusive selection. Fernandez continued. To me, the most important thing about this movie is that the conversation about Cuba is alive. Personally, the experience is so far too unexpected, but more than anything, humbling. Which has absolutely nothing to do with her selection of James Franco as Fidel Castro. Are there Latinx actors that could have done a better job of playing Fidel Castro? Yeah, there are. Isn't Javier Bardem a Academy Award winning actor? Why couldn't we have gotten a Latinx actor? Alfred Molina is Latinx, great actor. Why couldn't we have done him up to look like Fidel Castro? It would have avoided all of this blowback about cultural appropriation. And I'm not saying that the statements that John Leguizamo is making, are unfounded, because they're not. He's totally within his rights to speak about that. And I've read other articles where he's saying and when he started that video off, he said he's not blasting James Franco per se. So the issue isn't so much with James Franco as it is Latinx people making choices to cast non-Latinx people, and that upsets some other Latinx people. Kind of sounds like, well, this is a stretch, but it kind of sounds like when Black actors, Black producers get together and write a character out of a franchise entirely under the premise that they are honoring the actor who played him. You know I was going to find a way to bring it back to Boycott Wakanda Forever. Come on, who y'all rocking with? So, is it okay in 2022 for actors to play roles of characters that are not their nationality? And let me say this. Personally, I don't think James Franco should be playing Fidel Castro. And I think when they said, hey, James Franco, would you like to play Fidel Castro? You know I'm Jewish, right? Why couldn't he have just said that? The man's worth $30 million. It ain't like he hurting. And he's basically got a, whenever I want to make a movie, pass with Judd Apatow and Seth Rogen and them. Anytime they want to get together and make a movie, they can make a movie. So it's not like James Franco is hurting. It sounds like it was a choice above his head, like it always is. It's always something out of the control of the person who's being scrutinized. So I don't know. Again, like I said, should it be okay for James Franco to play a Latinx character, a Latinx person? I mean, they're actors. That's what they do. Like I said, they pretend to be people who they are not. I mean, John Leguizamo dressed up like a woman. Is John Leguizamo a transvestite? Is John Leguizamo trans anything? I mean, that was before the age of awakening, so to speak, and people were like, "Hey, that's not right. Hey, you shouldn't do that. Cancel culture, cancel culture, cancel culture." That kind of a thing. We can all point our fingers and say and rationalize and try to make a semblance of sense of things that generally don't make any sense. And all of this in the larger scheme of things isn't really going to matter in a little while, because when that movie comes out, nobody's going to be saying anything about boycott James Franco. Nobody's going to be saying anything about boycott Fidel Castro's daughter. Nobody's going to be saying any of that. That movie's going to go on without a hitch, and nobody's going to say anything about it. This is, to me, is just rhetoric. You know what I mean? People just talking to be talking. Do y'all really care that James Franco is playing Fidel Castro? Drop it in the comments. And as always, I'll be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones. And I'll have some stuff on the wall here pretty soon. Until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.